Hey everyone, we are live from Epcot today. When I say we, I mean Jeremiah. Hey Jeremiah.
Hey, Mag, we're so live in the 30 seconds of that countdown, the rain has started to pick up some.
Awesome. That's really good timing.
Yes.
Welcome to Florida Summers, everyone.
Yeah, seriously, the thunder and lightning. Let's see how far we get with this. So, good morning, good afternoon. We are here at the Flower and Gardenless Epcot, a site that we have not seen in 4 months now. No,
Yeah, I was going to say, surely you are there to check out whatever's going on for some sort of festival, right?
We're here to walk and talk and see what is going on with the upcoming Food and Wine Festival, and to see, if Ward the Gimbal is a lightning rod or not.
Well, you are a tall person, so maybe try and hold it pretty low.
Actually, I was going to go high. I was like, okay, let's do this. Yeah, so the storms have been hitting daily. If you watched Part Soccer last week, I completely lost power at one point, and it didn't come on until the next morning. This past week, I had some good thunder and lightning going on outside, but didn't have to worry about it. So let's see what happens with maybe a show later on today live.
Kyle is working the Disney Synergy machine right now, and he's clearly very excited for the Imagine Dragons concert live on coming to Hulu. So, there you go.
I thought we were actually going to be live from a plane that's the Disney. I don't even know the full title of.
Oh, I don't either. The Adventures by Disney, Disney Parks Around the World.
Private jet, yeah.
Yeah, if you have no idea what we're talking about, we've been covering the Adventures by Disney, Parks Around the World trip that's been going on. You can follow along on our socials. It's been on pretty much every YouTube show we've had since it started.
So I stopped just in time to look at these beautiful greenery that they finally installed. This area had a wall up around it up until about a week ago.
Yeah.
So it looks beautiful, but of course, as I stopped, the rain decided to definitely come down more.
Yes, Kyle points out regarding that Adventures by Disney trip. One of these days they'll leave California. That's all the trip has been so far, but it is going to get a lot more exciting as it makes its way to all of the Disney parks around the world, as the name would suggest.
Yeah, today they leave California and then they stop in Alaska. Oh, that's right. They go.
Yeah.
I forgot they're just flying home. They're just dropping Benji and Alex off. Yeah, then it's Alaska, then on to Japan.
Yeah, and around the world.
Yeah, I mean, I do. Let me throw this out there. I would give anything to be on this tour. That is a dream trip of mine.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But talk about anticlimactic. Okay, we're going to end in Walt Disney World.
Yeah. Well, it would be convenient for us.
So we're going to stop here and look at the trees that are being built.
The trees that are being built.
Yes.
Wow. What a job those Imagineers do.
Look at how realistic they are. I bet during fall the leaves even come up.
They wouldn't be the first tree built at Walt Disney World, so I'll give you that.
So yeah, they've installed a lot of greenery in this area, which is nice because anybody that remembers Epcot what was this, 15 years ago they started this construction? Remember?
Seems like it, yes.
How little, there was the lightning. Remembers how little shade there was.
Yes.
Except for the giant shade structure that really never covered anything.
Well, I'll say now that the thing I'm most looking forward to regarding the construction being finished is just being able to walk through the middle of the park again.
Yes. I mean, when they opened up that little walkway next to Journey of Water inspired by Moana, that got me very excited about, hey, I don't have to walk completely around it.
Right.
And I know we're not too far away at this point. Is it just me, or should the newest Decades collection be out?
I'm not sure. I don't know when they've been dropping them.
Yeah, it's each month, and I thought we were on to the next one already. I'm sure that Kyle can chime in with exactly that information. And usually I cut through the stores to avoid the heat. Right now I'm cutting through the stores to avoid lightning.
Right. Again, welcome to Florida summers.
Mac, I know you were far too young to have these as a kid, because I don't think I had them as a kid, but it's neat to see that they're bringing back these little cups, even though they are $20 each.
I didn't have them myself, you're right, but I do remember, parents and grandparents having them in the house.
Yeah, I don't think I paid much attention to them until the eBay days, where they just started popping up with every other name except for my own.
Right. Kyle, Jeremiah was wondering if you know when they dropped the new Decades collection. Whether it's at the beginning of the month or middle of the month or whatever, but I know it's a monthly drop. Figurine sets, $20 each.
I have not seen this Little Mermaid set. This is really neat.
Is there a live action one? It's kind of interesting that they have the animated one now at the live action movie.
I thought I saw a live action one at one point. It is also quite interesting that they have these toys right next to the live action. This is animated, but the live action stuff like right around here, or they did.
Yeah, that's one of the things about stopping in these gift shops in the Disney parks is, I mean, as often as Jeremiah and I are there, it can be different day by day. So, always worth stopping in.
So, have you seen this backpack?
I have not. No, I kind of like that though.
It's been out for a little while. It's kind of just a basic. When I was in California, one of my friends had it, and the amount of stuff that they had crammed in there was jaw-dropping. So if you need a lot of space, that backpack is a good one.
Nice.
We have new Munchlings bowls.
Yeah, I see, typical me, I'm just looking past what you're showing me and looking at the candy bars behind.
Yeah.
There are some interesting flavors there that I am wanting to try.
Winter mint gelato.
Yeah, I'll skip the mint, but what is that, honey cake?
Yes. And
dark chocolate ganache truffle?
Truffle, yeah, which to me just sounds like too many words put together.
Kyle does have an answer for you, by the way, which I probably could have looked this up, but it is a mid-month drop. So the next one will drop, which is going to be the 70s, will drop on next Monday, the 17th.
All Flower and Garden merchandise, even though it says Select Flower and Garden, I see everything that they have is 30% off. So if you want some Orange Bird stuff, which in this case is much more... Thank you. I was going to do it after I finish that, but this is much more like burnt sienna color to me.
I think we've had this discussion before. I feel like we are seeing a different color.
Yeah.
Kyle says the stream is so immersive that I looked out my window expecting dark skies, and nope. It's actually the same for me right now. I'm looking out at sunny skies, and I'm 45 minutes away from where you are right now. So
yeah, I'm actually taking a stroll in the rain at this point. I do have an umbrella, but it needs to catch up with me. But we are going to make a left and head over to what promises to be where I will hang out the most for Food and Wine Festival.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
Yeah. Well, you're the one who wants to try the food there. I just want to hang out with the Muppets.
I do. I also am very much looking forward to hanging out with the Muppets. as we learned recently that I guess it's Muppet Labs. I'm really interested to see what this actually entails because there was a little teaser they released featuring Dr. Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker, and I'm really not sure. Like, are they gonna be in the Odyssey building, or I'm really curious as to what this is gonna look like.
I my expectations are they're gonna have a video.
Okay.
My dream would be the Muppets Mobile Lab makes reappearances, but that is often a strong dream that I have anyway.
Well,
but
I mean, with the Jollywood Nights coming up, I could see them doing something like that as sort of a rehearsal for the show. So I wouldn't be shocked if we get something like that.
Sorry, my umbrella just caught up with me, and I'm trying to get some type.
Got to make sure we keep the gimbal dry so the video can keep going.
Yeah. Now you can hear the rain a little bit better too.
Perfect. It's just more ambiance goes along with the visual.
You can just fall asleep listening to this. So yeah, I'm not interested in really any of the food there. The term pumpkin shake has made my stomach turn a few times.
Oh no!
So,
I'm sorry, you have that wrong. It is a pickle milkshake.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I apologize. A pumpkin milkshake, I would be all over.
Yeah.
But a pickle milkshake. Oh, look, and here's somebody else doing a stream.
Yeah, a pickle milkshake. So basically, the Odyssey building is going to have experimental.
They should call it Mac Tries an Odyssey building.
I will be trying quite a few things from there for sure. I'm really curious about. They talk about the I forget what the full name of it is. I'll pull up the menu, but it's like the unnecessarily hot wings. I'm really curious as to how spicy they're going to be willing to get in Epcot because food for these festivals typically stays away from the really spicy stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not a big wings person just in general, but I will definitely try the peanut butter and jelly wings.
Oh, I had them last year. I did enjoy those. I know Jess is a big fan of the garlic parmesan wings that are back this year as well.
Yeah.
I'm looking through. There's roughly 300 different booths for Food and Wine this year, so I'm going through all of the menus.
I was looking at the new menus, and it is definitely a good year if you want to come and try new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like this year, almost every booth has something new.
Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff. It's honestly, it's a bit of a problem for me because there's so many things I need to try.
Hang on, we're going to stop here for a second to try to get situated.
Okay, well, in the meantime, I will say I found the menu for the Brewing Lab at the Odyssey. The wings I was talking about are the unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Scotch bonnet pepper curry wings with cool cucumber yogurt. I am very intrigued. You mentioned that candy bar being too many words, though. That's this one goes a little bit further than that. So I'm intrigued by that. There's Impossible buffalo chicken tenders. I'm curious about those because Impossible meat has been really, really good with everything I've tried. We have buffalo Brussels sprouts, which are actually returning. I didn't see those last year, but they are returning apparently. Orange cardamom wings are also new this year. So quite a few things here that I'll be wanting to try. And then, of course, we mentioned the pickle milkshake. That is another new offering. That's something I don't really want to try, but I think for the sake of the Mac Tries a Thing brand, I might have to.
Yeah. I don't know if you could hear that thunder, but it is not too far away. So if at some point you just see the phone drop and you wonder what happened.
I'm just going to be hearing Imagine Dragons in my head every time you mention the thunder, and then I'll pull up that Kyle comment. Kyle, by the way, is a huge Imagine Dragons fan. I don't know anybody who loves the band more than he does.
Or anybody who hates Orangeburg more than he does. Yeah, so the parks have been, slower in general. So with this storm, it'll be interesting to see as we walk around the World Showcase the amount of people that we actually do run into.
Did you happen to check wait times at all on your way in today?
I did not.
Let's take a look here.
Yes. One of the things that we will have some photos of a little bit later on is they are doing construction on the parking lot. And at this point, they have torn up the hay, which is normally where the preferred and some of the disabled parking is. So they have adjusted all the parking. So parking is a little bit strange. When I was pulling in, they'd pulled all the parking people because of the impending storm.
Right.
But trying to find where I needed to park just in general was like I was going down roads. Where am I?
Yeah, that is one interesting thing to note. If you are driving into the Disney parks for the first time expecting to be, shown exactly where to park, that won't be the case if there is lightning in the area. And you will kind of be on your own, which can be really nice because you can kind of just find the closest spot for you. But like Jeremiah said, it can also be a little bit confusing if there's construction or anything like that.
So let's walk out here to the Lagoon to take a look at some of the construction for the upcoming new Illuminations 100, not official title. But they've done a lot of work where, at one point the Stargate was, and then at one point that was also where the globe was. From what I understand, all of those pylons that are sticking out, for anybody who is concerned about it ruining the view, they'll be trimmed down, and whatever is put out there will be on top of those, but those will be under the water or at water level.
Yeah, I believe I heard the same thing, that it won't be as intrusive as it is right now. I do have some wait times for you here. We got the longest wait in the park, unsurprisingly, is Frozen Ever After at 75 minutes. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, 65 minutes. Everything else, 30 minutes or less.
Yeah, and even I could almost bet that Frozen is nowhere near 75 minutes. It's just posted high because of...
I would agree with you. I would agree with you maybe a half hour ago, but now that the rain is forcing everybody inside, it might be a little bit longer now.
Well, actually, that's why I don't think it's that long, because there won't be any of the outside queue, and the inside queue is really just about 30 minutes. I'm more surprised that, like, Grand Fiesta Tour doesn't have, an hour and a half wait.
Right.
Just kind of looking into the doorway, I can just see people gathered around the door avoiding the rain.
Of course, yeah. Todd asked where are the pretty barges? Or as Jeremiah calls it, the Stargate.
Yes. May it rest in peace. Yeah, and, I will say, if I had waterproof shoes on right now, the weather is pretty nice, so it's...
Yeah. Cools off a lot when the rain starts going.
It is definitely much cooler than it was an hour ago.
I will be honest, I have high hopes for this new nighttime show coming to Epcot. I was a big fan of Harmonious. Jeremiah, I'm sure we've talked about this before. Were you a fan of Harmonious?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The music was great. The execution, some of it failed, but I also think, just like I've said more times than I can count, anything that follows a fan favorite is going to be destined to fail. Light Magic, which I know many people just thought failed in general, even when Happily Ever After started after Wishes, it wasn't a success right away. I don't think it really became that popular until just before they closed it, because of, the diehard fans of the music of the 90s and 2000s.
Well, that's kind of just the case with Disney parks things in general, is the fans of something aren't vocal until it's about to be taken away. So hello, love bugs. We are live right now at Epcot, so if you have any questions for Jeremiah here, feel free to drop them in there.
Yep, I'm just trying to adjust again because there's too many things and not enough hands with the rain. But it's definitely falling here. And as always, I was proven wrong. The line is well outside the queue for Frozen, so everybody is rushing to it.
I wouldn't say always. You're being too hard on yourself. You get 1 out of every 10, right?
That's 10. You're giving me way too much credit.
Yeah, as the rain continues to come down, it looks pretty nice in Norway. I feel like it fits with this area.
Yeah. The overcast and gloomy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Jeremiah, taking attractions out of the equation, do you have a favorite World Showcase pavilion to just spend some time in?
Well, taking attractions or entertainment also, because entertainment-wise, American Adventure always wins with Voice of Liberty. But
okay, that's so I would say take American Adventure out, but include Voices of Liberty. That's fair.
Yeah.
So then, so that's your pick then.
Yeah, but as far as real deep theming and detail, I enjoy China. Just so happens that we're walking up to it. With the streets you can wander, and their shops are very authentic. China and Japan both have the same feel with their shops.
Yeah, Japan would be my personal favorite. I love that pavilion. We actually just recently ate at Teppanyto for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Really enjoyed it.
Are really, yeah. No, and I'm not, I will try just about anything, as we've discovered, but as far as like places I will go back to, if I'm having a nicer dinner, Teppanyto is definitely up there for that.
Yeah, and I have talked up numerous times to Kumite in Epcot or in Japan as well. So 2 of my favorite Epcot restaurants located in Japan.
And speaking of food, here's the India booth coming soon. So have you looked at the full menu and the full timeline of the Food and Wine Festival, Mac?
I have, yes. As soon as the foodie guide came out, I immediately went through it all and started picking out the things that I need to try. India, I believe, is one of the rare booths that doesn't have anything new this year.
Yeah, but it's also one of the rare booths that open with the actual festival and not open 3 months later.
Well, so, all right, I will pull up, let's see here, which ones open later. Because it is most of them that do open normally, but we've got Hawaii opening August 15th. We've got the Noodle Exchange August 15th. And then we've got some of the new booths. We got Char and Chop that just says opening later this fall.
Yeah.
So I would guess maybe October. Well, actually, September it would have to be, I guess, because you only have so much time with Food and Wine. Wine and Wedge is another new one. Bubbles and Brine. And World Showcase. All opening later this fall.
So we are stopping at the Village Traders, which has not reopened post-COVID, but they did this great thing where they painted some fun murals on the doors.
Yeah, I love the artwork they added over here. It looks really, really nice.
Yeah, it is very authentic and just colorful. It adds something to this area, which for a long time was just soccer balls.
Right.
This one does feel a little Wakandan to me.
I could see that. Yeah, there's like almost like a tech type pattern in there.
Yeah, and the colors are very much with the purples and greens.
Yeah. Hello, Stephen. Again, if you have any questions or anything specific you'd like to see in Epcot, let us know.
As long as it is this way. If it is in Japan, or if it is in China or Mexico, sorry. Tune in next time.
Right. which, again, Food and Wine coming up July 27th. We'll be back in Epcot pretty soon.
Yes, I will definitely be here on the 27th. So on the 26th, I actually will be trying and taking video of me trying the pickle shake.
Ooh, I'm excited to see your reaction to that.
I do have a video that I need to upload of me trying the breakfast corn dog from Corn Dog Castle in DCA, because I tried that this last visit, and the breakfast shawarma, which, again, the breakfast shawarma, it's confusing because they say it's all plant-based, but then they say it's not all plant-based, so I don't know. But no matter what, it was very tasty. I was quite impressed with it.
Yeah, that was one of our favorites last time we went to Avengers Campus. Really, really loved I love the shawarma in general, but the breakfast shawarma was my favorite. I forgot, actually, that you just got back from a trip out there. I need to get your thoughts on Rogers the Musical.
Well, do we want to talk about that now or a little bit later on?
I mean, we could talk about it in both places.
Rogers the Musical is worth a trip out to California just for that. And that was, I had the chance to see John Williams, the Hollywood Bowl, which was my number one reason, but my number two reason was definitely sticking around to see Rogers the Musical, because it does end at the end of August, so had to make sure that I got a chance to see it. We did the premiere package, which is $29, and it comes with a commemorative popcorn bucket and red, white, and blue caramel corn, as well as a bottle of soda or water. And we were front row center, and I loved it so much. And everybody's like, "You didn't video?" I was like, "No, I actually got to enjoy it."
No, we do have video of the full show on the Laughing Fish YouTube channel, though, so you can check that out. If you're not getting out to Disney California Adventure to see it yourself, like me.
Yeah. I mean, if you plan a trip out, I know at least one other person that would jump along with you, Mac, to go see it.
Yeah, for sure.
It is very strange. Well, besides the crowd level because of the rain, but without the topiaries or anything as I'm walking, it's just.
And over to your right is where the Italy booth is, and not having a line and queue and everything set up over there.
Nor is there a line for a concert.
Right. It does look like the rain slowed down a little bit for you.
It does. I'm getting close to putting down the umbrella. But, as soon as I do that, what will happen?
Right, of course.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to put down the umbrella. Let's see how long it lasts.
Well, it of course will wait until you put the umbrella away. That's when it'll start down.
Yeah. I'm not even putting the little strap on there. I'm just going to keep it so when I walk 5 feet and just see the storm coming at me, I can open it almost quick enough. Oh, out here we can actually see, again, if I could request one thing of StreamYard, give us the ability to zoom.
Right.
But here is probably the closest view you could get of the pylons that are out in the water, which, looking at the screen, you can't really tell because of the coloring, but it looks like it's a wide base, so it'll be very interesting to see what they do put there. And hopefully it's not a permanent structure, because we don't need to hear that for the next however many years.
Right. Until they have to go back to Epcot Forever.
Yes. Why is it called Epcot Forever? Because it will forever be playing at Epcot in some version in between shows. This is what I miss about Epcot during the off season. I know it's also the middle of July, so it's not the off season, but just being able to walk.
It's what we affectionately refer to as Diet Epcot right now.
Yeah. There's no events at all for another week and a half. So
Yeah, or Epcot Light is another one I've heard.
Looks
2
like
weeks. We got July 27th, so you got 15 days still until the debut of Food and Wine here.
Till the Eat to the Beat series starts, and it looks like they're just tearing down stuff on the stage.
To then put up very similar stuff for Eat to the Beat.
Yes.
I have to. I don't remember. Have they released the Eat to the Beat concert lineup?
Yes, and I think they filled in all but maybe one or two of the open spots so far. There were a couple of new ones that were good, but Eat to the Beat is very retro feel. Actually, I don't even want to say retro because that and Flower and Garden both will still stick with the people that have been here doing this for 30 years now. I believe Boys to Men, which are about men to old folk.
I am looking back, trying to pull up the concert series lineup. So as you continue, I will work on that.
Yeah, but you can see the people emerging from the coverings as the rain has stopped. Like Japan, everybody runs into the stores, and now you see the flood of people coming out of the stores. Are you a Kakagori fan?
Am I a what?
A Kakagori fan?
Is that the booth right there?
Yes.
No, we actually just talked about that. That's where you get the shaved ice, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that we just talked about that the last time we were in the park, and no, we haven't tried that at all yet. And I would like to do that at some point, but that's the problem. Epcot with the festivals going on, and then you've got restaurants like Teppanyaki. It's so hard to try everything that Epcot has to offer.
Yeah, no, the Kakagori is shaved ice, but it is, it's not just a basic snow cone. That's the nice thing.
It definitely looks a little bit different for sure.
Yeah, and the flavors are always very good that they have the options. It's great on a nice summer day when you don't have to wait 3 hours for it. Okay, something I am sad about. They took away all of
that Kinetic Soundgarden. Yeah.
Kinetic Soundgarden, that was a great band back in the 90s. It is interesting with this, I don't want to say giant bonsai tree, but it looks like it. They have bamboo
bonsai tree
supporting.
Just be a tree?
Yes. What is chai tea there, Mac?
Would you like your coffee with some room for cream?
Yes. Don't mind.
All right, I do have the Eat to the Beat concert lineup pulled up real quick, and I'll just run through some of the new ones here. And I apologize in advance. I have not heard of most of them. So, Oriente for King and Country, the Bacon Brothers. That one's fun. Aaron Jones, Philip Phillips, Raul.
Wait, you've
Acosta.
not heard of Philip Phillips?
No, I've heard of Philip Phillips. I'm just running through all of the ones.
Okay.
Yeah. And We the Kings is the last new one. There are some names on here though that I would be interested in checking out. For example, Ray Parker Jr. I would love to go to Epcot and listen to a live performance of the Ghostbusters theme song.
But remember, with the Ghostbusters, hang on one second. We got a compliment. Nice shirt.
Thank you.
I've done that where there's been, the one-hit wonders, and then you sit there for their 25-minute set, and they always save it till the end, and you're just like, I just wanted to hear Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
well, but he did have another hit. I don't remember what it was.
I believe he did another movie theme song, didn't he? The last concert I saw in Epcot was Blue Oyster Cult, actually, for Flower and Garden, and really enjoyed it. And, of course, Don't Fear the Reaper was the song I wanted to hear, and they didn't play it in the set So they will typically play 3 sets in one night, and we went to the second set and they did not play it, so we went back for the third and then they did. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to go watch. Specifically looking for 1 or maybe 2 songs.
Yeah. Looks like Morocco has some work going on. Pay no attention to that crane behind the bushes and with the tarp on it. Somehow I'm guessing they're working on the tower because this hasn't been really worked on in quite a while. So they're going through, they've done a lot of the flooring work, the concrete work with over the past couple of years. I think they've almost completed the entire World Showcase with new textured concrete or themed concrete, which is nice. But the pavilions themselves, some of them, have gotten some work and some of them haven't. So hopefully Morocco's getting some love now that Disney is fully in charge of it.
Yeah, always nice to see some touch-ups and updates. Oh, it looks like this booth will have... Oh, they already had that for Flower and Garden, I believe. They had their own separate drink booth.
Well, this one's the Belgian waffle one. Like, Stark Expo and the World's Fair. They had to have lots of Belgian waffles.
Am I to include the Belgian waffle stand?
Just went back and rewatched that the other day.
Nice. That was Iron Man 2, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I was reading an article, and again, as always, it goes back to Marvel with us. I was reading an article, and they talked about the underappreciated love of Iron Man 2. And it's like, and in my head, I was thinking, Iron Man 2, the one with the kid? I don't think I watched it twice. And I was like, oh, that's right, Whiplash.
Right. More importantly, though, Justin Hammer. I think he was the good villain of that movie.
Yeah, but that guy plays the same character in every movie, though.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch Charlie's Angels, it is like him just testing his hammer. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, the France booth, which
Tony, we need you to clip that one.
At this point, they should just make this France booth permanent because it doesn't leave.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Although I would say a lot of them don't at this point, so...
Yeah. No, we forget that in between Food and Wine and Christmas, some of them do disappear. And I know this one does. But we can only hope that at some point there will be the, hey, let's take them all down for a little bit.
I think you need a longer break between festivals for that to be the case. Yeah. Oh, yeah, not having the topiaries over here?
Yeah, they don't even have the Remy topiary anymore, so...
Oh, yeah.
It is topiaryless. Princess Aurora is not out meeting and greeting because, of course, the storm. I think she's taking a nap.
That's not good. She's notoriously difficult to wake up.
We can't talk about that.
That's a different character that we can't talk about.
No.
Well, listen, it's too late. It's already stuck in everyone's head now, so enjoy that for the rest of the day.
The Disney Channel on Sirius XM was playing that just as I was pulling it, and so.
Todd wants to know, will there be a return of escargot for Food and Wine?
There's always escargot.
I am pulling up the France menu as we speak, and as far as food is concerned, there's nothing new, so it's all returning favorites for France. There are some new wines being featured at the France Pavilion booth. So.
I believe the escargot was some type of pastry.
It was a croissant, yes.
Yeah.
Escargot croissant with garlic and parsley.
The one and only time I've ever actually had real escargot, was here. I bought it in France, and it was so busy I ended up going over to UK to eat it. And thank God they didn't have cameras at that point. Jeremiah tries a thing. I'm guessing that's exactly what my face looked like with the pickle shake at the...
I should probably do the escargot croissant for Mac Tries a Thing. I've never had escargot before. Kyle is excited for the return of Escargot Club 7. Well done. Well done, Kyle. I like that you were away for like 30 minutes and then chime in with that one. Perfect.
Escargot Club 7.
It is a throwback. And kind of a deep cut. I don't think there were many S Club 7 fans.
That's in my head. I just can't think of what it is. So let's walk into UK since we have time and it's not, too bad. Just watch your head as you walk under that archway.
Yeah. I kind of expected the gimbal to bump into it, to be honest.
The lights are dangling pretty low and they're wet, so it's just a good combination over there. I'm still really surprised that this back shop over here, that is usually like the perfume or stuff, hasn't been closed to be transformed into a Mary Poppins meet and greet.
Yeah, well, they use that area that you almost just walked into the overpass there for Mary Poppins. And then she's also been meeting on the other side of the street a lot lately, too.
Yeah, which is unique.
Yeah, because Alice has been meeting in the first spot we mentioned. I love this area back here, by the way, and it's rare to get back here when there's not a live band playing. It's such a nice area to escape crowds and just enjoy some quiet.
Yeah, and there's nobody back here right now, again, because of the storm. It's so nice. They are still doing work over here, which, previously that was the Winnie the Pooh and Friends meet and greet area. So hopefully that returns. But one of the strange things is if you do the DuckTales adventure game, thank you, one of the trigger points was back there. So they've cut down the different activities you can do in this area because of that. And it looks like we may be out of the woods as far as the rain goes.
It's easy to forget that you're in a theme park back here.
It is. When they have the BGM, which right now there is some, but it's not very loud and it fits perfectly. But then you turn the corner and usually you're bombarded by people coming out of Rose and Crown drinking. Because an English pub, let's blame drinking around the world on Rose and Crown. I want to say they started it. It's their fault.
I've never actually gone into Rose and Crown and eaten or even just gotten a drink there before, and I'm constantly having people tell me I need to do it. And the last couple times I've tried, it's just been completely packed and I could not get in there. So, it's not for a lack of trying.
No, Rose and Crown food-wise is amazing. I know that people really enjoy the bar. When they used to have the hat lady that turned into the piano lady, and I know that they still have somebody playing the piano in there at times. It can get very rowdy, and by very rowdy, I mean lots of fun. Bathrooms are still under construction.
Phone booths not under construction.
Yep, they are not pink. They are not Let's Go TARDIS.
Very topical.
Which one are you seeing first, Barbie or Oppenheimer?
That's a great question, actually. I do really want to see both of them.
I want to see both of them. I think Oppenheimer will probably be my first choice.
Wait, real quick. Sorry to cut you off. Was the World Showplace open over there? Is that just for the restrooms?
Just for the restrooms. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah. When I was here the last time and I saw that, I got very excited. I was like, "What's going on?" Oh, just the restrooms. Okay.
It makes sense because the UK restrooms are closed. They have to open those up for guests. So.
Yep. And Canada is the scaffolding on Canada has actually gotten bigger.
Yeah, it is completely covering that area now.
It looks like they're getting ready to put some scrims up. We'll walk up these stairs and look at it a little bit. It actually looks like the side of the building, they may have already started stripping the paint off of it to redo everything.
Canada Pavilion, by the way, another one of my favorites when it's not under construction like this. Just a nice place to go, and it's beautiful back here, especially out in front of the Cellier.
Yeah,
It's a really, really beautiful area.
Yeah, you can't really see, but they've definitely stripped some of the color off the bricks on the left-hand side of it. So a new paint job, but that scaffolding does look like it could handle a real scrim, but I don't think they're going to go with that. This
Amazing
walkway.
amount of work that goes into just updating the paint.
Yeah. I mean, we've watched buildings be completely covered for almost a year, and they come down and it's just a paint job.
Yep.
Or a bathroom change. Even Le Cellier is pretty much covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, the waterfall is down to a trickle, so yeah, it'll be great to see when this is all done what it looks like.
It's funny because you can hear two things in the video. It's the music, and then you can hear just a rushing waterfall, as you just referred to as a trickle.
Oh, yeah. No, it is definitely a slow, but I could hear the waterfall over the music myself.
Hey, that crane in the distance, where is that right now? Off to the right a little bit.
Backstage, that is the Lagoon area.
Okay.
So, at one point that was building the Stargate, and then at one point it tore down the Stargate, and now it's probably building whatever we will hopefully see. Again, I am putting my money down on an October 16th date for that new show, because that is the 100th anniversary.
Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good bet.
The refreshment port. Now, I'm going to judge you a lot right now, Mac.
Uh-oh.
What is the number one thing that is coming to the refreshment port for Flower and Garden, or for Food and Wine? And why?
That would be the cinnamon sugar beaver tail.
Correct. Or elephant ear, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, wait, what? Hold on. What? So they're doing all the construction over here, but this is
more open than is it actually open? What's happening here?
That's exactly my thought. Yeah, they haven't had these chains up in quite a while, and it actually, they repainted some of it.
I wonder if this will be used as one of the new booths for Food and Wine.
The signs don't have any verbiage on it yet, so we can't go, it's still the
right.
But yeah,
my guess would be because if they're adding 4 or 5 new booths, there's only so many places they can put those. I would imagine they would go ahead and use this space as one of them, and those would be the booths that don't open until in the fall. So they have some time to work on that still.
Oh, I'm still a little surprised that they didn't just keep that as a Starbucks. But I guess since it's so close to the Joffreys,
that's true.
I am very disappointed in Food and Wine that the Hawaiian booth doesn't open until, I think, the end of August, and that's always a go-to for me.
Yeah, of course, the Kahlua pork slider is one of the most popular. Last year, we tried the spam. I forget what it was actually like. It's spam, not nigiri. Has another name to it, but it's a spam sushi. With rice, and it was surprisingly delicious.
Yeah, anytime I can have spam, I will do it. I know it's weird, but that was one of the ones that I always will go for. We are still seeing some of the remnants of Flower and Garden. They have the quilt still out here. And
look at that.
Of course, the giant lights and Communicore Plaza. I'm proud of myself. That's the second time in a row I've remembered Communicore.
Todd points out we interrupt this concrete update for a paint update.
I know.
And Unnamed Umbrella is a big fan of the old Starbucks location in that area.
Were you watching the last time I was doing a walk and talk? I don't think you were, but we turned the corner and we ran into Luke.
Oh, no. I did not see that, no.
I just started interviewing Luke about, random tourist here. Can I ask you a few questions?
Which park were you in for this one?
Disney Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom. I don't remember which park I was when we ran into Luke.
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs, that's right.
Disney Springs, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, because we did a walk and talk for the Flavors of Florida Festival.
Yes. I need to try some of those things over there for Flavors of Florida.
Let's walk up to Imagination, see if we can track down any Figment-like things.
Actually, as you're making your way over there, and we were talking about Disney Springs, I will mention real quick too that I recently got to experience one of their mixology classes they do over at the Edison in Disney Springs, and I cannot recommend them enough. If you are a fan of cocktails, if you have any interest in learning about or making cocktails, those events are just a great deal. It's about $100 a person. You would go with a private group. You get at least 3 signature cocktails, and then just the information alone that you get out of these events is incredible. Absolutely worth checking out. Highly recommend it. You can check out my review of the event on laughingplace.com right now.
Well, there's really so much at Disney Springs that, us as locals, we think of it just as where we go shop, maybe grab something to eat. But I know Haleo just announced that they are extending one of their things deeper into summer, and Haleo is always good food.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have places like the Edison, even Marie and Enzo's. You can go there and try something new every time, and you will never be disappointed.
Yeah, there's so many great restaurants, and thank you. I believe it was Rebecca dropped the link to the write-up of the mixology classes at the Edison, so you can check that out there in the chat.
So looks like we are arriving just in time for the Pixar shorts to be exiting. But yeah, jumping fountains, still the Disney Chase Visa area, which I think it was last time when it was Tony and I called it the Kodak Center because that's where it used to be.
Nice. When's the last time you went in and watched the Pixar shorts here?
It's been
I was gonna say, I think we've lost Jeremiah to
water. Yes. Okay,
water.
I'll stop. It has definitely been a little while.
Talk to the cat.
Yeah. No, yes. Go ahead and pull.
I need you to click that one too, please.
Yes. Yeah, let's go ahead and stick our head in here. I don't know how long it'll last. See what Mickey is up to.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since I've gone in here, and this was actually just kind of an ongoing joke with me and some of my friends with back in the old Fast Pass days, when this was in the middle of the day in the summer. This would be the only Fast Pass available, and so It was always just, hey, do we want a Fast Pass for the Pixar shorts?
Mickey was not out meeting and greeting, but he did have quite a line waiting for him. So we can go down and stick our head in the ImageWorks.
What about Pooh? Is Pooh still out trying to catch butterflies, despite the fact that the butterfly garden is no longer there?
I have heard that Pooh is actually now meeting and greeting in that area.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so if you want a chance to see Pooh, just had to stop for that pause.
I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to let you finish.
He apparently is now meeting in that area, which is great because, the only time you can really see Winnie the Pooh is in Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom. That line can
Right.
always be long.
Oh, I like that. Portsicle.
Yeah, the DVC stuff.
Very nice.
And this is a massive mug, by the way.
What is that supposed to be, a camera?
I think so.
Oh yeah, okay. So all right. Well, I like the other side of it, not so much that side.
And then, of course, their lounge fly
That's
bags,
nice.
shirts, ears. So, if you're a Vacation Club member, you have some nice merchandise coming out to you. Let's see how much the Flower and Garden merchandise over here is. It is still just 30% off.
Okay. So Kyle, again, get all your cheap Orange Bird merchandise.
Well, here's some Figment merchandise.
Figment, yeah.
Of course, the flower pot mug. They have the Magic Man pluses.
Rebecca chimed in and said, "I feel that mug weirds me out. I feel like it's watching me."
You do have to put a piece of tape over it just to make sure it doesn't turn on.
Right. When you're not using it, you want to make sure it stays covered up. Don't want anybody getting a view of the inside of your cabinets.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, the rain is definitely not coming back, because walking into that shop and then walking out, like the sweat on me froze in there.
Now, do they still have the that pass holder lounge area in the land?
Let's go over there and check.
I'm just going to say, I may have missed my opportunity. I never went over there, and I never got Zarg nuts to try.
I do have a bag of Zarg nuts for you. So
okay.
How about I give those to you in about a week and a half, sir?
That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
That can be your plain snack.
Actually, it's a week. It's a week from today.
Oh my goodness. For those of you who are watching and going, what are these two idiots talking about? Well, that's normal. But in a week from today, we are heading out to San Diego Comic-Con, which is a norm for me, but this year is the first time that Mac will be trying San Diego Comic-Con. So there'll be some...
be a very different Mac tries a thing. I don't know if that format will exactly work, but I'm excited to get out there for the first time.
I could definitely get a video of you. If it was a normal year, I would say I'd get a video of you just sitting in the middle of the walkway crying. Actually, this year it could be a good year for that, because there aren't so many panels that everybody really is going for, so the show floor could be a little bit busier than normal.
Yeah, I'm excited to get out there. Like you said, it is going to be a little bit of a weird year, but still, should be a lot of fun.
And the funny thing is, I think I was just looking at my time hop, and it was about 5 years ago, and it was the same type of situation where the big studios weren't in Hall H. So this isn't unheard of, but with the strike going on and the actors' strike looming, they've been canceling panels, or they've been canceling autograph sessions where some of the actors would have been. So it's interesting. Each day something new changes. Speaking of interesting, since it was raining, they decided to move the parking up here, and now I am a salmon swimming upstream.
I just want to know, I want to get the person's point of view that was walking out of this building, and they just have this large man holding a gimbal walking towards them saying, "I am a salmon."
I'm sure that one person that actually heard me just kind of went, "What?" Living with the Land looks like it is a complete walk-on.
Awesome. When I looked earlier, that was 5 minutes. You got 10 minutes until the next Awesome Planet?
Yes. Have you watched Awesome Planet ever?
I have. I watched it shortly after it debuted and really enjoyed it. It's just not something I would go back and do a whole bunch of times, but I think it's worth checking out.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's a fun film. It's very old school Epcot. That's
Yeah, narrated
but
by Phil Dunphy. Ty
but
Burrell, the actor
yeah,
from Modern Family.
one of the things about old school Epcot, you would do it once and then not do it again. So
Yes,
everybody
that's a
is
good
like, I want this back.
point.
No annual pass lounge.
No more Zarg nuts.
5 minutes for living with the land. I'm actually surprised our signal is staying as strong as it is.
Yeah, it's going pretty well right now. I actually was surprised to find the last time I tried it, going into the seas, I had no issues at all.
Ooh, okay, challenge accepted.
Like I said, I was very surprised that it worked.
Which carrier do you have?
Verizon.
Okay, so yeah, I am T-Mobile, so let's see. Look, I'm a salmon again. I'm a salmon. I'm a salmon. Nope, nobody cares.
Everybody deliberately avoiding eye contact.
Yes. Okay, let's wait until this line to get on the escalator goes down a little bit. We'll walk over here. So the time is 3:02, and there's a 45-minute wait for Soarin' Over the World.
That's gone up since we started this video.
Kidder's going to be here.
Yeah, hello, Kidder. We'll be in Disney World in August.
Yes, make sure you bring your overcoat, Kidder, because it's going to be so warm. I mean, so cool. Escalator's down, so that's why there's this line.
Well, that's not helpful when you're already on the first floor. You want the escalator to be up.
Yeah, thank you. Speaking of soaring around the world, did you happen to see MCO's tweet yesterday?
Yesterday? No, I don't think I did.
You need to go look at it.
Let's see.
Yeah,
MCO tweets quite a bit, so I had to scroll through a few things here.
No, MCO and their Twitter game is, they're
That's pretty good. All right, hang on. I will pull that up to share on the screen.
They're giving Universal a run for their money with their social media now.
Yeah, if you're not following MCO, Orlando International Airport, on Twitter, you should definitely change that because they are a fantastic follow.
And they give away
like
socks.
45 minutes to pull up that tweet to share in the stream, though.
Okay, so we're accepting Mac's challenge to try to walk into the seas with our stream. So
this time not upstream.
No. But as we walk out of the land, one of the things that really the first day that they started shutting down the center of Epcot, I took photos from here to see what was going on. I wish that I could find those photos to compare, what it looks like 15 years later. But, as we look in, we can see Communicore Plaza is right here. That's where they'll have a stage. And we really, other than meet and greets for the characters, we don't know what else may be in there. And then straight ahead will be the walkway across. And then over here is Journey of Water inspired by Moana that we will walk a little bit closer to. How's that tweet going there, Mac?
I'm pulling it up right now. It is trying to go. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah. So MCO tweeted, "If you know, you know, and if you know, nice work, pal." With the air traffic control tower bending just a little bit.
So yeah, now we've come almost full circle. You can see the Communicore building a little bit better. I really am interested to see what they're going to do with that giant black wall that is the backside of the Journey of Water inspired by Moana. There's one of my favorite shots. Boom.
Yep, beautiful with the reflection and everything.
Yeah, just. And Journey of Water inspired by Moana, we do know is supposed to open later this year. I don't remember if they said fall or just later. But there has been reports that cast member testing or experience testing for cast members will be coming, I believe, towards the end of this month. So, end of 2023 could end up being fall 2023 if it wasn't announced.
Yeah, I believe everything we have for Epcot is just later this year.
Although, later this year it is July.
Fair.
Oh, and speaking of Roosevelt's, if you do happen to be going to San Diego Comic-Con, they did just drop, and we have an article about it, of the shirts that will be available exclusive at San Diego Comic-Con at one of the 2 Roosevelt's booths. And if you're a Star Wars fan, there's definitely some shirts for you. And if you're a Godzilla fan, which is...
Yeah, I like the Godzilla design they have. And yes, we do just have later this year, coming soon to Epcot for Journey of Water inspired by Moana.
You know those times where you get smacked upside the head with the air conditioning? That's what just happened walking into this building.
That is the best way to get smacked upside the head.
It really is.
Okay, I can tell you it is not holding up for you as you go in there. So,
oh yeah,
it is immediately just losing connection.
Yeah. No, considering you broke up as you were saying, I can. Okay, time to walk out. Well, we can walk over by Journey of Water inspired by Moana. What is that? JOWIM? Seems longer than just saying.
Sure. Yeah, you can leave out the B.
Yeah. You can tell it's not a Pixar attraction.
We know Disney Parks fans love their acronyms, so get ready for Journey of Water inspired by Moana.
Yeah, I know people aren't fans of it because, how dare they try something different and make a water pad that's themed. But just looking at it, it looks so beautiful.
It does look really, really nice. I'm excited to, like I said, I'm excited to just be able to walk through the middle of the park again. But I think that's going to add some atmosphere. And I'm curious to see what the flow of traffic looks like going through there. But if it's something you can consistently just kind of, take your time and go at a slower pace to walk through there, it should be a really nice addition.
Yeah, and they did a great job with the foliage. Oh, they actually have the waterfall running. You can see the Heart of Tahiti on the on the rock wall back there, and there's actually water running down the sides of it. So, yes, it could be rain, Kyle. I
was gonna say it has been raining, so.
And of course, then there's the hidden hey. Take advantage of my alarm.
There you go. A nice view into Journey of Water. Well, I mentioned Disney Parks fans liking the acronyms, and we talked about some of the things we want to try for Food and Wine Festival. So I am looking forward to trying the USYETSBPCW, which of course would be the unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Scotch bonnet pepper curry wings.
Wow. Okay. That one definitely is longer to say the acronym for than the name.
Yeah, I don't think the acronym really helps you all that much on that one.
No. Nope. Not at all. I think we should go back and check the timing on all of our walk and talks in each of the parks here, because Epcot is usually about a hour 10, hour 20. Studios is about 45 to 50, and then Animal Kingdom, depending on what day of the week it is, could be anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, depending on what exactly you're going to check out in Animal Kingdom. If you're going to walk any of the trails or anything like that, tack on an extra 30 minutes.
Yeah, so they've exposed, I don't remember if that greenery was exposed last time I was here, but there's definitely something built on the other side of this wall. Looks like it will also be where the fire suppression system will probably be housed. Yeah, it's just a beautiful day right now at Epcot.
Yeah, this is the best time of the day. Is after it's stopped raining. It's a little bit cooler. Now you only have about a half-hour window before it gets back up to about 98 degrees in there. But
wait, 98 degrees is playing tonight? Why aren't we going to see them?
Actually, they probably are on that concert lineup.
Yeah.
They are frequenters of Epcot.
Yeah, you can tell that the storm has passed and everybody decided to run away from their resort because the line for Spaceship Earth is outside of the normal queue now.
Oh, question for you, and since you came to Epcot today, did you get yourself a Guardians of the Galaxy boarding group?
I did not. Today I've been working on a few other things, including some fun videos of John Williams' The Hollywood Bowl that you can check out on our YouTube. And whenever I have something planned after my Epcot trip, which we may talk about in about 30 seconds or so, I don't usually plan to get a boarding group.
Gotcha. Yeah, I usually just forget to get a boarding group, so that's why I asked, because I know we're in Epcot so frequently that it just kind of slips your mind.
Yeah, it is funny. Like, same with Tron. I will, anytime I'm going to Magic Kingdom, I always want to do Tron, but unless I'm starting in Tomorrowland, by the time I make it over that way, I'm like, no, not going to do it.
And Tron is a little bit trickier because you have to be there for your time.
Yeah.
Whereas Guardians of the Galaxy, you can show up a little bit later and take your time getting there.
So we've now come full circle. What's going on for the rest of the day there, Mac?
Well, first I wanted to point out this comment from Donna just saying, I love Epcot. Thanks for showing us around.
Anytime, Donna.
You're welcome. I had the easy job. I can do this all day. Just sit here and watch Jeremiah walk around.
Yep.
What else do we have going on today? Jeremiah, you have probably about an hour until you need to be ready to be a guest on Zax of Live, our Marvel podcast, where me and Kyle will be breaking down the today's episode of Marvel's Secret Invasion.
Which, if you've not watched, you should probably go watch it now, because if you follow Nerdist or many of the other websites, they're good at spoiling. Like, not just a little spoiler; they spoil everything.
And it was a pretty short episode, so you could knock that out before Zax of Live starts at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, right on cue, Kyle. Same thought there. That's it for today. We do have the ESPYs tonight. I don't know that Laughing Place is going to be breaking down the ESPYs in any way, but that will be happening. That's something going on within the Disney family. So, that's about it for the rest of today. It looks like we got Who's the Boss coming up on Friday, right? Today is Wednesday? Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah. And really, if you are in need of any Disney content, especially about a certain trip around the world, all of our socials, we are covering this to no end, and it is worth it. Yesterday, there was some great news coming out of Imagineers at the Disneyland park. And then Benji and Alex will be going up to their home area, getting tours of the family museum, Lucasfilms. So, like, you know, those of us that are unable to make it, which is, I think Kyle pointed out pretty well, there's about 98% of us that will never be able to make it on that. It is a good way to live vicariously through this fun trip.
Yeah, just to further what Jeremiah said, I mean, the coverage has been awesome. Like, it's such a different experience that that we get to kind of peek in on. So it's a really cool thing to check out. So definitely recommend doing that on our socials, laughing_place on Twitter, same handle on Threads as well.
And Instagram. We've got quite a few of the videos popping up on our Instagram too, which is great.
Sorry, I need to differentiate Threads and Instagram.
I know. And then if you head over to our YouTube channel, you can see full videos. We have full breakdowns of Kim Irvine talking about the treehouse and other projects she's worked on. She's one of the head Imagineers for Disneyland and some of the other Imagineers. So it is worth going down the rabbit hole now that we don't have to catch up, 24 days in and go back every day.
Yeah. So anything else, Jeremiah, before we wrap things up here and start getting ready for our next live stream?
Yeah, I think that is it. I will finish with the view of the prettiest girl in school.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I am looking for a specific outro, and I don't see one in here. So we'll just end it here. Bye, everyone.